As a brown person, you just feel so invisible.
That's not fiction.
Where we're from. Brothers and sisters, I welcome you to this joyful day.
We celebrate freedom.
Where we are.
Oh, my God. Get on the ground.
I know someone heard something.
And where we're going.
We the people means all the people.
The Black Information Network presents Blackland with your host, Vanessa Tyler.
Welcome back. Alena McQuarter, young, very gifted, and Black. And let her mom Daphne tell it, her child was born that way.
I mean, Alena was walking probably at 10 months, somewhere around there. She was reading chapter books you were 3 years old, reading full-on chapter books? Could hold a whole conversation in sentences at 3 years old, and yeah. So she was pretty brilliant.
Reading chapter books at 3 years old? This was no typical toddler. Mom Daphne says Alena had to be raised to grow into her greatness. But how?
It was very shocking initially because I didn't really know what to do with her. And I'm like, well, what do I do? And what really alerted me one day, she was watching something on TV and out of the blue, which is when I knew she could read, she said, "Mommy, look, it says cat, C-A-T, cat, dog, D-O-G, dog." And I was like, "No, it doesn't." And she said, "Yes, it does." And she said, "I can read," as plain as we're talking now. And it was crazy. And so I knew at that moment that I had to navigate what was in her. And I didn't know what that looked like at the moment, but it was a matter of me learning her love language, and it was a matter of me learning her learning style. And that's how we lived our lives.
Well, many of us have been following you, especially that appearance at the Griot Icon Award show.
I just want to say thank you to God, who is everything in my life. Thank you. I want to say thank you to my mom. She is my biggest supporter, man. She's given me all of the opportunities every little girl would have wished for, and this amazing experiences throughout my life. I want to say thank you to Mr. Byron Allen and the Griot and the entire Griot team for honoring me tonight.
Alena left the crowd in awe. She cut off one of her braids in honor of Masha Amini, the 22-year-old Iranian woman who fought for the rights of women and girls in Iran. Amini killed while in custody of the so-called Iranian morality police. Alena used her platform that night to speak out as the who's who in business and entertainment cheered this young sister on.
It was amazing. It was just, that breathtaking experience, that the door that you never thought you would be able to walk through, sitting at the table with different people that you never would have thought that you'd be able to sit next to. And then just to be honored in that room with icons.
So back to her mission to change the world, and through her emphasis on STEM, bring the universe of science to those who look like her.
You're at Loma University Medical School in a PhD program majoring in biological sciences, as you mentioned, with the focus on immunity, immunology. That really is the key to everything.
I think that's a key factor of why I was really intrigued when I was, in the lab. I really, came into a field where the immune system is ever evolving. It's always going to change and find a way to navigate around all of the vaccines that we make, or really anything that we try to fight back with. So it's a challenging field. It's a growing field, and being able to come into a field knowing that there's a lot of research out there, but there's little grooves and pockets where new research is formed, and there's so much out there that you can learn from just posing a question. So, and knowing how to contribute to that. So
let's talk about the expense of attending medical school, the expense of going to where you want to go. What's that like?
So with the PhD, fully funded for all of my learning and everything included, but there are some expenses outside of that um, and I do need help with, like travel, housing, just outside expenses that it would just mean a lot to, have help with, just so I can, focus on my learning.
Are you living on campus?
I live not far from campus.
You live on your own?
Yes.
Wow. So at 15, you have your own apartment or off-campus apartment?
Yes.
That's incredible in itself. How can we help? How can our listeners help?
I do have a GoFundMe up. Just anything helps, really. Anything that can go towards housing or travel expenses would help.
You have so much to give to the world. What would this mean if you cannot raise the money?
I feel like it would put me in a situation where kind of, learning is kind of like a struggle where I'm trying to, focus on my education and being able to do the things for my platform that, I love to do. And not having the money for housing, that's kind of really big.
Alena and her mom at first reluctant to ask, but they have started a GoFundMe. They won't let money stop a journey with a destination that's priceless. Young people need to see her make it. It also gives them the incentive to win.
You give back a lot. You're an inspiration to others like yourself. Are you optimistic about the Black children you encounter?
Absolutely. I mean, that's kind of, why I'm inspired to do this, is to show other girls of color, but I would say anyone, people of color, that you can do this. You can come into this field and, brown girls can do STEM.
Absolutely, brown girls can do STEM. Follow her on Instagram at It's the Brown STEM Girl and her fundraiser on GoFundMe.
Alena McQuarter, I know you will save the world. Thank you so much for talking with me.
Thank you so much.
I'm Vanessa Tyler. Join me next time on Blackland. Like and subscribe. Look out for a new episode of Blackland next Friday.